the Kenyan market, chances are a male engineer would have had more privilege of maybe getting a job. So I pick actuarial with the understanding it's kind of more unifying in terms of role. A woman can do it well and a man can do it well. But not to say female engineers don't do well. I'm just saying then that was the thought to consider. Actuarial is a very, especially that time, the market was open. It was almost very certain someone would get a job faster.
Wow.
And as you proceed past your degree level to do professional exams and qualify to call yourself an actuary with these international bodies, the UK, the US, the salaries were promising. That's how I ended up in the actuarial field and in the insurance.
Oh, wow. Hi, and welcome to another episode of the Her Leadership series, where we spotlight the remarkable women who are shaping the futures across industries. From business and finance to economics and beyond, we celebrate their inspiring journeys, their groundbreaking achievements, and the contribution to the innovation and change they are making in their different fields. In this episode, we're excited to feature a dynamic leader in the insurance space as she shares her journey to success and the insights she has gained along the way. Welcome, Phanice. It's an honor to have you with us today.
Thank you, Amy. It's my pleasure to be here and be part of the series you're driving as Kenya Wall Street.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Why don't you start with a brief introduction?
Thank you. So, my name is Phanice Dabani. I'm an actuary by profession. I've been practicing in the insurance industry now for 21 years. Started out in 2004 in Jubilee.
Oh, wow.
And I worked now for Jubilee and just Canon. Jubilee for 12 years and Canon now. I've been with them now for 8 years. I'm currently the Group Chief Operating Officer for Canon Group. So covering their life company, the general insurance company, and the Canon Asset Management Company, and also the principal officer for the life company. So it's been a good journey with them. I joined them in I joined Canon in 2016. Initially as a life operations manager. And now started out the actuarial department, which they initially as a company didn't have initially. So it's until last year, and then I was made the group COO.
Wow.
And this year late last year, adding the role of the PO for the life company.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. And with over 20 years of technical expertise in the actuarial field and your insurance operation, what inspired you to pursue this career path?
At the time I started out the actuarial qualification, it was quite a new course in Kenya. We were, in fact, the first regular program degree. The University of Nairobi in Kenya.
Oh, wow.
It had started earlier, but for just 1 year on a parallel program. So we came in as the first. How did I know about it? It's through my brother, who is also an actuary and in the industry. Initially, I'd wanted to be an electrical engineer, like him again. He has
quite an inspiration.
Yes, a background. His degree level is electrical engineering.
Okay.
As we were discussing making my choice of what course to take at the university after my O-levels, it's when I heard of the Actuarial Science, and I heard from him, though he's practicing as an engineer at that time, he has taken up the professional exams from the Institute of Actuaries and he's studying them. So you're wondering, an engineer trying to be an actuary, you're asking yourself many questions. So that's when he also convinced me to take it up. And I'm happy he did because his justification was engineering was good. I loved maths and physics in my high school.
Oh, fantastic.
And so that would have been my option, not like a doctor. Biology wasn't my strong of subjects.
Yeah.
But again, there was that bit of a female engineer and a male engineer. the Kenyan market, chances are a male engineer would have had more privilege of maybe getting a job. So I pick actuarial with the understanding it's kind of more unifying in terms of role. A woman can do it well and a man can do it well. But not to say female engineers don't do well. I'm just saying then that was the thought to consider. Actuarial is a very, especially that time, the market was open. It was almost very certain someone would get a job faster.
Wow.
And as you proceed past your degree level to do professional exams and qualify to call yourself an actuary with these international bodies, the UK, the US, the salaries were promising. That's how I ended up in the actuarial field and in the insurance.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I find it interesting that you mentioned that this is a space where a male engineer would typically be picked over a female engineer. And I think this is just a fact in a lot of the industries.
Yes.
What are some of those challenges that you've faced, even at your leadership position? And do you think there's any advances for gender inclusion in the sector now?
I would say when I started out, lots of these senior positions within the industry, insurance industry, banking, where actuaries would fit, CEOs were mainly men. Then I have seen significant changes.
Oh, wow.
Today you can count enough insurance companies whose CEOs are ladies.
Yeah.
And even then, if they were ladies, they would be of quite some age, not like the young people. Today you can still see young people as CEOs.
Oh, wow.
And I'm happy with that. We sit through some committees at an industry level, and you can still see good representation of ladies with the appreciation of the strength ladies do have. We are kind of decision makers in our own homes.
Absolutely, I agree.
It is important to remember to carry that to our offices, isn't it? When you are sitting in a meeting, you need to realize you also have a voice.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be the way we grew up knowing a father, a male had to be the dictator and mothers and we were to follow. No, it's different today.
Yeah.
And I'm personally appreciating it a lot. You sit through EXCO meetings for companies, my company, one of those. Enough of the ladies are there, well represented.
Oh, that's fantastic. We live in an evolving digital world with people's needs constantly shifting. How is Canon Insurance bridging that gap in the industry changes that are occurring? And what are some of the innovations that you're particularly excited about?
We are committed to delivering greater value to our customers. That for sure. And with enhanced services, innovative solutions. The digital transformation bit is something we cannot afford to stay behind.
Absolutely.
As a company, the most important thing was to go paperless. And so be able to offer services to our clients with minimal paper requirements. Online, our presence online is now very clear. We have developed our online platforms. Our website has lots more information for our clients. We have WhatsApp chats on that we can engage with. So we've been very key in embracing this digital transformation that is happening. And we are keen to use it more and more. There's lots about AI, machine learning, data analytics. When you look at insurance, it's a field where there's lots of predictive analysis. You need to be able to say, this is what I foresee happening as you design your products, and be able to customize the products to be able to take account of the changes you're foreseeing tomorrow. So what products that were useful to people 10 years ago, they're not the same insurance products that are useful to our generation today, to tomorrow. So as a company, we are very keen around that, to say we want to customize our products to what we know the market is in need of. We want to refine our processing, our policy servicing, our presence in the eye of our clients in the most digital form possible. And that's for sure happening.
Oh, yeah. That's fantastic.
And, yes. And I'm foreseeing it happen more and more. As a company, we are open to change. I have driven that. We have driven ourselves in that space to say, let's be ready for the change.
Right.
Let's plan for tomorrow and on board what we can.
Yeah. And I think that's definitely something the younger generation like us appreciate, just to, log onto your phone, onto your device, and just find all the information that you need. And with some of these products that you're now implementing, what are some of the challenges that you have seen? And how is Canon Insurance bridging that gap to incorporate insurance adoption in this new era?
You're very right. There's a very low penetration of insurance. Most of us are taking up insurance cover that is mandatory. You must insure your car. That's all you'll do. At the worst, if you can't afford insurance, you must do what they call third-party cover. Be sure even if your car gets into an accident and an insurance company is not going to repair, it has to repair that for the person you hit. Those are compulsory covers. But there's lots of value in insurance. When there's lots of risk for tomorrow we do not know, you cannot predict how good it is when you can plan today to handle that risk.
Right.
But a lot of us, as we live, we don't know this. I had a friend whose house got burnt.
Oh, no.
Luckily, she had insurance. You can imagine how much it takes to build a home, and it can go down. Floods are here every day.
Yes.
So the need for insurance is there. The challenge has been the knowledge to appreciate it and to go out and get. So as a company, that financial education is very key for us. If you get to our website, we're mentioning what the products are able to offer.
Right.
And when we come to assessing how much you need to pay us for us to then be able to offer you the protection, we are keen to say it's not a blanket amount of money we want from all of you. We are choosing to say we will assess how you have covered yourself. If it's theft, how much security have you put around your house? Do you have CCTVs? And so we are open. Not to come out and say, this is the price, this is the product, it's been issued for 20 years, these are the contractual terms. Some of it can be very legal and hard to understand. We're simplifying our policy contract terms so that when we are selling to you, you are able to understand it early enough. Sign off that you have understood, so that at the end of it all, both of us keep our word. We keep our promise, even as we receive whatever is it money you would be paying to cover yourself. Yes,
absolutely. I like that. And I think financial education is definitely important. It's the key thing. And looking into your journey so far, how have you invested in yourself? And can you share some of your proudest achievements in your career?
Anyone who's journeyed the actuarial field to finally say I'm an actuary would appreciate as a woman, especially for those of us who had to start studying the professional exams after university.
Right.
You may be a mother, you're working, and at the same time have to study and pass those exams. It needed to just set your targets right. For me, I said, I'll start out my career, and for the first 4 years, nothing else. Wake up at 3 in the morning consistently.
Wow.
I would still walk to our library in Nairobi University Library. I had to buy a card. Then they would allow external students, students to use their library and leave the library at 10.
Wow. From 3 a.m.
No, like from 3, then go to the office, 3 in the house, go to the office at 8, work at 5, walk to the library and study. And through that, being able to say, I'll not even get my firstborn child before at least I get about 8 exams passed. But then there were 15. So by the time you pass 1, there are 2 sittings, it was a journey. So by the time I would get to 8, and much appreciation to even my employer, and then they would even add you leave days, call it study special for the actuaries, because they appreciated that. So that has been something When I became an associate actuary, it was a big achievement. Then I could sign off as an actuary.
Oh, absolutely.
Without a company having to outsource that service from out. And that's how then you're able to start out an actuarial department, run from developing products for the company, doing valuations for them when they're doing financial reporting, and tell them this is where you are. The capital you're holding is this amount. Are you safe? Have you kept enough money for the promises you've made to these people out there to say, I will pay you? Let a claim not happen, and then you're saying, I do not have sufficient funds.
Yeah.
So it's been a good journey. That for me was my best. But maybe just to mention another one, I'm happy doing my actuarial work, the analysis.
Right.
Then I find myself, especially when I was in Jubilee, then I'm told you're the head of operations. And you have a large team to work with. You're thinking, how does that happen?
Yeah.
Initially, I remember refusing. But then with further conversations of just stop doing the analysis, come and now try and even implement what you keep advising us to do.
Yeah.
Similarly for Canon, privileged to just be their principal officer now.
That's fantastic.
Yes, so that phone call one time I received from the board chair to say, you will be acting. I was like, it's amazing.
Yeah.
Then I was their chief actuary for Canon. Then I had to start that. Again, on board the group COO role. So the diversity of the roles I've had to hold in the industry has been such a lesson for me. And can I say, I would encourage anyone starting out their career or at whatever level you are. I have seen us move companies.
Right.
I'm not saying people must stay with one company for long, but let's be open to take up new roles when they come our way.
Absolutely.
Because you can be in one company and hold 4 or 5 functions over the period you're with them.
Right.
And there's a lot of learning. There's a lot of learning to know how to issue a policy, to know how to service it for the client, to know how to settle claims, and finally then be able to be part of the strategy team that is now running the company.
Yeah.
It's all possible. And for me, it's an issue of be open, continue developing yourself.
Right.
Continue studying. I have not stopped at the actuarial level personally. To be a principal officer, and then I had to do what they call the LOMA exams, which I did last year.
Oh, wow.
I'm a trustee of my pension. I've had to attend a trustee development training course at the College of Insurance again last year. And I'm very keen to say I want to sit into webinars, listen, especially this digital space.
Yes.
At some point, you didn't do IT at a degree level, but then it's reaching a level where you must have the knowledge.
You do.
You must have the knowledge. So for me, it's a journey that I pray will have some positive impact on somebody else as we listen to each other through this series.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a beautiful, beautiful journey. I can definitely see the hard work and the determination you've put in. Congratulations on all the achievements that you've made.
Thank you.
It's definitely not a small thing, and to even be appointed to the level that you're in, it's a full depiction of just resilience and hard work. And I think lastly, just to balance your work and your well-being and your health, what are some of those habits that you have every single day that help you restore that balance day to day?
It's a good question. Starting off by saying, as an actuary, when you assess the death probability, somebody's chance of dying, honestly speaking, as people take up roles, lots of responsibilities, this issue of blood pressure comes through, isn't it? And again, as you age. So whatever responsibilities we take on board, it's true that we have to see how to live a balanced life.
Right.
Work, family. For me, my Christian work is important.
Absolutely.
What I do is consistently, on a daily basis at least, except for my Saturdays when I go to church, I do a morning run consistently, including today. I have to do it just when I wake up. At times I'm more tired before I start the run and stronger after. Wow. I start off with the 2 or 3 glasses of warm water. I'll tell you, by the time you're back, you're driving to work, you are strong enough. And you're able to withstand the whole demand of sitting through some long hours of work and meetings. But it's been a good thing, I would say, as a testimony that it has worked well for me. But other than that, of course, then the other bit of just trying to balance family time. I have 3 boys, so luckily some already in high school, so big enough, but just balance family, work. There's a time when you may even have to work while at home. But any minute when you're able to spend time with your little ones. I have my Saturday, which I lay aside everything and I do not do any work. It's so refreshing. By the time it's a Sunday morning, I wake up on Saturday, even the days I used to do exams. I wake up on Saturday, I'm like, it's that free day for me. Mm-hmm. So basically that, just balancing to say, I want to be in good health. Yeah. But also continued reading. Like I mentioned, attending seminars. A member of the Institute of Actuaries UK, the body. Why I'm mentioning a member, it's because we learn a lot from the webinars held, even to be able to get what they call the CPD points. I'm a member of the IAK, the Insurance Institute of Kenya. And I have sat through what they call the Association of Kenya Insurers, AKI committee. I've been part of the committees over the years. Currently not in any, but I had to drop the actuarial when I left actuarial into operations, but I would sit in those committees. There's lots of learning just by that networking and being able to share ideas as an industry, what our way forward is. Yeah, those have been good journeys.
Oh, wow. Yes. That's honestly fantastic. Yeah. And I'm so inspired to hear that you're a runner. I think every single time I hear that someone wakes up in the morning and goes for runs before their day-to-day.
And we do the 21 for Stanchurch and
you did? Wow. Those we do. That's fantastic. Yeah. Hopefully one day I'll also be a runner. But yeah, it's been an honor to hear about your inspiring journey. Thank you so much for taking the time. And I hope a lot of women out there can take some inspiration and some insights from what you have shared with us today. So thank you.
Thank you, Amy. It was a pleasure, like I said at the start, to be part of the series.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.